everybody's known I've wanted this fight. You know, even if you don't even know who I am, but you've seen my fights, you've seen my call-outs. Everybody's known I've wanted this fight for a long time. Conor has expressed interest in it in the past, and here it is. I mean, not to mention the fight later on this year, whenever it happens, but the opportunity to fight Coach Tough, man, it's crazy. It hasn't really all sank in yet. I think it'll probably sink in whenever my feet hit the desert of Las Vegas and we start filming this thing and really kind of start that journey towards the fight later on. But it's been crazy, man. Obviously, you saw Dana's announcement. It will be airing on ESPN. What do you say? May, June, July-ish, something like that. Or maybe even in August, ending airing in August. So we're gonna film it before then. So I'll be heading to Vegas here soon to start that filming. And I don't know if it's a 30 days of filming. I don't know if it's 60 days of filming. Have no idea. But obviously, for those that have never seen The Ultimate Fighter, you know, it's going to be exciting for me and Conor to be in there competing against each other. But obviously, everybody knows the format of The Ultimate Fighter, but don't know weight classes, don't know gender. I don't know if it's all guys, all girls, what it is. All I know is I'm excited to show up and put my best foot forward and then fight Conor later this year. Oh, at 170. You know, I haven't exactly talked to the UFC about that, but obviously I know that's what Conor wants. And I am definitely down to fight at 170. So let's do that. I am by no means a small lightweight when it comes to how much I actually weigh. So not having to cut that extra 15 pounds would be a dream come true for me. Getting to fight in Vegas, hopefully. And I only say that because Conor notoriously fights in Vegas. You know, that's pretty much only where he fights. So the opponent dictates the fact that we're probably going to be fighting in Vegas, which is good for me because I've been signed with the organization now for what, 2.5 years. I haven't fought in Vegas yet. So
wow,
check a lot of boxes. Getting the opportunity to do Tough, which I've always wanted to do, fighting Conor, doing it at 170, doing it in Vegas, hopefully. And sometime this, I don't know, end of summer, early fall, winter, whatever.
Yeah, 170, 155, 170, I'd imagine, you know. It's about time this game starts giving me respect from my different styles of fighting. My ground, my shots downward, my shots upward. You know what I mean? No matter what's going on with the leg, I'd scoot into open guard. There's an 11, even if it did become that, I'd scoot into open guard and play open guard attacks. People are going to give me my respect from all of the facets of my game. You know what I mean? I am that, man. I'm the double champ. I went to the different sport. I came back. You know what I mean? I know that. I don't got to prove that. I know that. So there's levels to this game. So the game is going to understand and give me my respect.
It felt like leaving a rant, like a conversation you'd have with like a UFC staff. Didn't feel awkward. It felt. I've met them both before. I'd read the comments and they're like, I looked nervous or this anxious energy. It didn't feel like that in the moment. But then I saw Aljo say, going on a podcast or something, said I felt like I was scared or something, which was, I mean, maybe he's just kind of saying that to, maybe, you know what I mean, just saying that. I don't know. I thought it was friendly. You could even call it friendly. I'd met him before. I thought, I was surprised he wasn't as big as, you know what I mean? He's saying he weighs 167. I think I said, what do you weigh? And he said 167. Merab said he's only 155.
Yeah, I heard that.
But he didn't look big. Like, I know he's like in the cage when he's shredded. He looks big. But he didn't look like a big guy. Merab definitely didn't look like a big guy. Yeah. Obviously, probably a strong motherfucker too. UFC also said, they're like, yeah, Peter wanted that fight. He's like, he wanted it. He wanted it 5 rounds against Merab because he doesn't think Merab can hold him down. Like, Peter's a fucking gangster.
That makes me so much more excited.
I don't know. I usually am just myself, but sometimes I need to almost be a character.
Yeah.
But like I was just being myself. Dan, I don't got backup. They could jump me. You know what I mean? If shit actually popped off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't got my squad.
At least give it.
I love it. It's the same shit. Remember when you and I had this debate for a long time? I just hijacked the conversation too. Sorry.
No, please.
How I loved or I hated I wasn't super about the celebrity boxing and the YouTubers boxing with chicken farmers and all just the weird shit. And you had this really good point that like you just accepted it for what it was. Like you weren't watching it like you were watching boxing. Like just a kind of a circus show. It's entertainment. You watch it for what it is and then leave it. I remember you saying that. And that's kind of how I look at slap fighting. Like people are so mad. They're like, these guys are idiots. Like I don't necessarily disagree. Like, it's not a martial art. I don't think in my
it's not
estimation. I don't even know what you would call it. It's just pure entertainment for me.
The criticism is ridiculous, right? This is insane and all the rest of it. You know, I get that there's no defense, but no one's putting a gun to these people's heads. There is slap leagues, promotions, whatever you want to call them, all over YouTube, all over America, all over the world. Do you know what I mean? All over the world. It's not a new phenomenon. Do you know what I mean? They're just wrapping it up. They're doing it in a reality TV format, which is going to make it way more interesting. There's athletic commissions sanctioning it, so there's going to be safety and medical screening involved before and after. Do you know what I'm saying? But everyone's just talking so much shit. It's not a new thing. They didn't invent the concept. Do you know what I'm saying? And like,
no, I was a fan of this shit way before the UFC got involved. I've been talking about this stuff forever. Like, you can go back and see pictures of me on flyers to slap, like, as a special guest to slap fighting leagues all over the Midwest. Like, this is not new for me. Like, it's new.
I don't know what Jorge Masvidal is going to show up. I almost like the fact that we haven't seen him in a little while. I think it's going to allow him, hopefully, to get that fire back. I hope that he's been training throughout this process. It's almost good because of his crazy amount of experience that he had a little break from the fight game. Obviously had some issues outside the cage and everything. Hopefully all that is resolved and that's, off of his shoulders. Because this is a huge challenge in Gilbert Burns, who has continued to improve, is continuing to gain momentum and confidence with each and every fight. And this is a tough one. I think Jorge Masvidal at his best would still have a very tough fight against Gilbert Burns. So curious to see how fresh Masvidal is in this one. I think it becomes a less complicated fight if he's able to thwart the takedown attempts of Gilbert Burns and keep it on the feet. He's still not safe there, but I think that's where Masvidal is going to be most comfortable, obviously. And if he can hit those counter shots and frustrate Gilbert Burns, then the fight can be his. But Gilbert continues to evolve, continues to get more dangerous, and I think there's more ways for Gilbert to win this fight than there is for Jorge Masvidal. But Masvidal certainly can rely on a ton of experience. I think that's a phenomenal fight.